Good afternoon, Penn Trafford, and welcome to this edition of What's Up Warriors. I'm Emma.
And I'm Nick.
This week on What's Up, we take an inside look into Mrs. Alba's Zumba interests, our brave souls who were willing to shave their heads, and we also get to see our chorus and jazz band mix up at PPG Ice Rink in downtown. We also have an insider look on journalism, an update on our warrior wellness, and the astounding response we had to the Mannequin Challenge. Rory Bulwer and I talked to Mrs. Alba about where her interest in Spanish came from and where her passion from Zumba originated.
I teach Spanish 3 honors, 4 honors, and 5 honors.
What made you decide to become a Spanish teacher?
Being of Hispanic background, my father's from Mexico, and so I guess I started learning Spanish and learning to speak with my family when I was 7 or 8 years old. And so I've always loved that part of me and being able to have something special. So it's been all my life that I've loved my language and my culture.
How did you get interested in Zumba?
So I went to a class with my best friend, and she was an instructor. She took me to the class, said, just try it out. And I swear 2 songs in, I fell in love with it, and I decided I've got to do this. I've got to have my own classes. And that was in February of 2010, so I've been an instructor for 6 years.
What kind of people come to your classes?
Any kind of people. I have ladies of all ages, literally ranging from age 15 to, I think my oldest student is 62. All body shapes, all backgrounds. It's a beautiful, beautiful mix of women in that class. And why they come is for various reasons. A lot of them for health reasons. Maybe some of them want to kind of lose some weight or burn some calories. I think we all have one thing in common, that hour of music and dancing. It brings you together, and you get to kind of just, be with other people for an hour, and you just get to let go of everything that's going on during your day. You had a really bad day, and you get to forget about it for that 1 hour. So it's pretty cool.
This has been Rory and Emma reporting for PTV.
This year, Brandy Saracini, the wife of our former principal, Mr. Saracini, was diagnosed with stage 4 breast cancer. We as a school are trying to do everything we can to help out. We have been selling t-shirts with all proceeds going towards breast cancer research, and we recently did a shave-a-thon to help advertise the cause even more. Matt Simkovic went and talked with a few of the now bald students to get their thoughts on the efforts taking place here at PT.
The recent tragedy that struck the Saracini family earlier this year, PT has really shown how we are Saracini strong by selling t-shirts and participating in a shave-a-thon to show support for Brandy Saracini. I sat down with some members involved in the shave-a-thon to see what they thought and how they got involved.
It was definitely exciting being down there shaving people's heads. It was a thrill for me to cut people's hair, so I can imagine what it's going to be like when I have to cut my own hair. But I thought the school took well to it. I was expecting a little more participation, like donation-wise, but however, we still have a couple more days to get that figured out. And yeah, pretty much. It's definitely beneficial for the Saracini family, but it hasn't been as upbeat and exciting as I thought it would be.
Due to the amount of people whom I know in the school and the amount of friends I've made my 4 years here, she thought it would be a good idea to have me be on camera so that other people would feel more moved to donate towards other people shaving their heads.
I think it definitely got our cause out a little further than the t-shirt project itself, because I know everyone around the school was buying shirts, stuff like that, but I think just walking around lunches with people's faces on our cans and seeing the big sign named Shave-a-thon, big all over the cafeteria, I think it really helped drive our point home that it's really for a good cause, and that the Saracini our Saracini family and their foundation that we're donating for it's a necessity for them.
I would hope that they know that PT is Saracini strong. All we're doing is trying to help.
I definitely think they're going to realize just how hard all of us have been working for them. And how much they deserve it. how much their family deserves it, and how much Mrs. Saraceni herself deserves it. I think they're all going to be happy to see that we're all here. We're all here for them. And we're all ready to show what we can do to help them.
Oh, I was very close with Mr. Saraceni. Oh, for sure. He was a very good principal when he was here. I was down in his office more often than I'd like to admit. But for sure, I volunteered because he was my dude.
I wasn't super close with him, Mr. Saraceni, but however, like I have met with him a couple times. I've talked to him. He's a really nice guy. My brother and sister, when they were in high school, both had him as a teacher, so he knows of me, he knows of my family, and I have a lot of respect for him because his name around the school is very well known, and everyone has good things to say about him. So today's the last day to donate. So please, if you have the opportunity, come out. Anything counts. Just even if you have coins, just put some money in a jar who you want to see get their head shaved or anything like that. It's really appreciative. Thank you.
On Wednesday of this week, the jazz band Encore and Ovation took their talents to PPG Place in Pittsburgh to perform. Dylan Cleland followed along to see what kind of atmosphere they presented.
Every year, the Penn Trafford Jazz Band, Encore and Ovation travel down here to PPG Place to perform. This year, we followed along to see what goes on. What's it like to have the opportunity to bring the kids down and perform down here?
We really appreciate the administration letting us come down. The room's great. It's decorated so beautifully. It's a much bigger room than what we're used to, but it's just a great venue for the jazz band and both choral ensembles to be able to participate. So it's really a lot of fun, and we appreciate the opportunity.
You know, it's just really great. I've been a part of the jazz band all 4 years of high school, and this just like gets me in the holiday spirit. And I just love coming down and going to Market Square for lunch and ice skating. It's just a great experience overall.
All right, and how would you say the performance went?
I'd say it went rather well. I'll admit that we were having a rough time beginning of the week, but you know, we just worked really hard, and I think our hard work paid off.
It's nice to come out here every year. It's a nice venue, and it's nice to play for the parents and everyone else who comes out to see us.
Yeah, it's a really nice venue that we play in, probably one of the nicest ones, and it's always great to come out here and ice skate after. It's a lot of fun.
We always have a really nice time, and it's really fun to play in, I guess, a really big fancy room and have a bunch of different people be able to watch us.
How did it go today?
I thought it went pretty well. We had a couple of hiccups, but I think overall we did a really good job.
All right, so what is it like to be able to bring the kids down and have them perform at PPG?
It's so much fun. It's so much fun. The inside is wonderful to sing in. The acoustics are great. And on a beautiful day like today when they can skate without rain or snow, it's just a really wonderful day.
Super fun. We just, come down. It's beautiful in here. There's this beautiful Christmas tree behind us. And, it's just a really good time. We love it.
It's absolutely wonderful spreading the Christmas cheer to Pittsburgh. It's super fun going and coming to PPG and ice skating. That's my favorite part.
As you can see, the performances inside went really well. Now it's time to hit the rink. For PTV, I'm Dylan Cleland from PPG Place. Every year.
That's not it. Today you might have received a copy of the school's newspaper, The Warrior. To learn more about what goes on to make the newspaper, we sent Michael Shuley out to find out more.
Today you might have walked into a homeroom and found yourself a fresh copy of the school's newspaper. I wanted to go out and learn more about what goes into making The Warrior.
Well, first we start with a brainstorming day where all the staff writers come together and compile a big list of any ideas that would be good to put in that specific issue's newspaper. And then from there, the staff writers are going to give a plan of action to one of the management team members, and we will approve their idea. They'll write, and throughout the process we'll be editing, they'll be editing.
Friday is the print deadline, and that's the final deadline usually as well. So the board meeting's held by the editors on Thursday or Friday, usually, of that week as well.
And at the end of the issue, we will put it into a layout, submit the layouts, and at the end of the process, we have a completed issue.
The Warrior is one of very few news outlets in the high school. I think it's a good way to give students an opportunity to check in and see what's going on. Whether you're on a sports team, you can see what the other teams are doing, or your team. It also, if you're an A&E, you like the arts or entertainment, you can check in on those. Or if you're news, you see what's going on, the new clubs and things like that that are going on around the high school.
It's a great chance to see what your peers are writing about and what your peers are doing within the school, because a lot of what we put into the newspaper is going on right here in PT.
The Warrior provides students with an in-depth insight on what the happenings at Penn Trafford High School are in the surrounding areas.
So there you have it. It takes several weeks of hard work in order to create the school's newspaper. This has been Michael Schuley with the story. If you have not subscribed yet, please make sure you sign up to get your own copy of The Warrior.
With cold and flu season starting up, sickness will soon spread. Brendan Burns and Sarah Gabani sat down with Nurse Popovich to find out ways to stay healthy during this yearly cold and flu season.
With cold and flu season right around the corner, we sat down with Nurse Popovich to see what we can do to prevent these sicknesses.
The best methods for preventing colds and flu is 1, keep yourself healthy, meaning you want to eat well, you want to eat the right kinds of foods. Sleep and exercise are huge in helping you to prevent sickness, keeping yourself healthy. Like I said, sleeping, getting enough sleep, getting a good sleep, not one where your phone's laying beside your bed, you've been sleeping for an hour and all of a sudden someone texts you, you wake up and look. That is disrupting your sleep. You never get into a good REM sleep. Exercise. When you have the opportunity to exercise, do it. We have that beautiful fitness center that's available to all of the students and staff. Utilize it. It's beautiful. Come here before school, before your homeroom, stay after school. It's here in the evenings. Really, that's a great opportunity. Also, we have that great track down there. You can walk the track, at least getting good, healthy, fresh air into your lungs. It's any time you can get a good amount of sleep or exercise, that's definitely going to help you to prepare your body to handle the winter. If you don't have the opportunity to wash your hands, you always use hand sanitizer if it's available to you. But definitely washing your hands with soap and water underneath warm, hot water if you can get them good. You can always sing the happy birthday song to you. That's a good length of time to get your hands washed, but always hand washing.
Now you know how to protect yourselves from colds and flus. Once again, stay healthy, PT. This has been Brendan Burns and Sarah Gabani reporting from PTV.
About 2 weeks ago, our school participated in the Mannequin Challenge with over 600 students and teachers. Jake Schick sat down with Dan Rosso to talk about what it was like to plan and manage this big event.
I sat down with Dan Rosso to get some info about the PT Mannequin Challenge.
So I originally saw the Mannequin Challenge online and I thought it was an awesome idea. And I know some kids in school were talking about it, and some people even made some smaller ones in like a couple of their classes. And I thought it would be a really cool idea to blow it out of proportion and just get as many kids involved as we could. Mr. Vinton had my video class working on this project, and he wanted somebody to step up and kind of take charge of the whole thing. So I volunteered myself, and a good couple of days I just had to stand up in front of the whiteboard with a list of classes and maps of the school, and just had to map out the entire route, see who was involved and where everyone was going to go. I definitely wanted it to be on the first and second floor and to get as many people as possible. I was pleased with the amount of people that did participate. We had around 680 kids and teachers involved, so almost 700 people were involved in it, which was really awesome. So the issue was that it's supposed to be one solid shot, so if one person even moves, it messes up the whole thing. And I was worried about, obviously, movement, but there was some movement here and there, but overall it went pretty well. Overnight, our Mannequin Challenge actually made it on 2 news sources, so KDKA and WTAE both had a section of our Mannequin Challenge, which was really cool to see. So far we have about 13,000 views, and that's still climbing. 13,000 is a pretty good number, and it's just going up from there. If I had another chance to do it, I would definitely try to make it a little bit more organized while we were filming, because there was a lot of running around going on, and a lot of people didn't know when the camera was coming, or overall, I do think it went very well, and I was pleased with the turnout. So thank you, everyone, for your participation.
That's all I got for you this week. The studios.
Thank you for watching this edition of What's Up Warriors. I'm Emma.
And I'm Nick.
Have a great weekend, PT.